All right, welcome everybody.
Hello, Dr.
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, Faustina. How do you do
Yes.
today? I trust you're doing great. Dr. Nancy, I
I
trust you're
would
also doing
appreciate.
great. I think we have Dr. Fodeli here too. You're welcome. We will be continuing on the project phase or the execution phase of the 2 months bioinformatics training section. Like we shared on the WhatsApp group concerning today, we mentioned that we've been able to access some data, and we apologize for the old, because we actually requested some accesses. That aside, we also mentioned about how the reason why we had the delay, and that has to do with access to data after the application process. We have gotten access to some data now, and we sincerely appreciate your patience and your understanding. We actually hope that you have started the main write-up, literature review, and other preparation from your own hand. And since we have access to the data, we're moving forward to the execution phase. And in today's section, we are seeing something quite interesting on the screen. What we have here is known as an interactive Python notebook. And the question is, how did we get here? So the question is, how did we get here? So I'm going to write the website now on the WhatsApp group. It's colab.research.google.com. So in case you are wondering how we got here, it is colab.research.google.com. Please go into the WhatsApp chat and check it. I think you should be able to recognize it. I'm going to share the screen for that colab.research.google.com. I believe you can see the screen, right? So the next thing I'm going to do, I believe you can see my screen, right? The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm just going to select this welcome to Colab so that you can see what Colab is all about. It's actually a very lovely LLM, and it's getting quite popular amongst the researcher. We can use it to do the following: data science, machine learning, and in fact, it's also a very, very lovely site for us to run our notes, or to run our programs. Again, to get this all started, one of the main things that we all need to do is that we need to connect, or will I say start this system. Now, I selected the connect button, and you can see what popped up on the screen. So I selected the connect button. I mean, the drop down beside the connect button, and we can actually see that we're about to start a runtime. And what does a runtime mean? A runtime is more like a computer access, a local computer access. Now, the reason for an interactive Python notebook solution or choice is so that we would be able to not to depend on the processors on our computer, but we can just depend on the processor that the Colab environment is processing is given to us. So I'm going to select it now, and we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to select the connect, and now we can see that it is connecting. All right. Now we can see that it is connecting. This page, like we can see, is called Welcome to Colab. Everyone will always, will surely have access to this Welcome to Colab page. And now, if you are quite close, you'll be able to see what I'm zooming in here. You will see that we have some resources.
Hello,
yes, sir.
Hello. I'm not
Yes, I can hear
sure.
you.
I'm not sure others are seeing the screen you're talking about. The only screen we are seeing is host-parasite coevolution analysis malaria resistant variants. And I'm not sure anyone can see you connecting anything. So perhaps you are sharing just a window.
I can see
So I wanted to pay attention to this.
I can see it.
Can we all see him?
Yeah, I can see it too.
Oh, then it is from my end. All right,
Let me
move
say
on.
that again then.
It is probably I'm seeing
All right.
just a single screen here.
Okay. So I was explaining that this is the page, the Welcome to Colab page we're going to see. I explained that that the interactive Python notebook is a lovely place where we can actually get some things done. Dr. Adekule, can you see my screen now? The Welcome to Colab screen now. Can you see it?
Yes, please. Yes.
All right.
Yes, I do.
All right. Then I also mentioned that that you need to actually start the runtime. So in starting the runtime, for example, I'm going to share another screen now so that we can actually see how to start the runtime. Okay. So how do we start the runtime? I'm going to share the screen now. So over here, you will see the word connect. Over here, you will see the word connect. I believe we can see my screen now. So over here, you see the word connect, and that should be what you should select. Now, I'm going to kind of zoom it down so that we can actually see what we have here. Now, we understand that some resources will be allocated to us once we select connect, and again, you can actually get a subscription to your Colab, get a Colab Pro and Co, and that's very, very good. Then you can change your runtime type. Now, what does this speak to? This speak to the kind of hardware accelerator you have. You have the CPU, you have the TPU, you have the GPU. So you actually have to pay for that. Then we have the runtime type over here. Speaking to the runtime type, we have that Colab. We have a Colab that can run R language, that can run Julia, and this is very, very lovely. It makes research work quite easy. That's why we're actually choosing it, right? Then again, we can see this part under resources, and this part is telling me that I'm not subscribed, but I need to actually manage my resources. Now, my sessions. If you look at what you just wrote here, he said, at your current level, usage level, this runtime may last for 42 hours, 40 minutes. So it means that really, I can actually run this thing for a long time. Okay, so I'm going to select the manage resources, so the manage sections, and let us look at it. So it's showing me that, okay, I have a Colab that is actually open. So it means that I can open several pages of Colab and run it at the same time. If I want to terminate it, I can just come and terminate other sections. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go back to where we are. So since this one is already connected, so let me just run it, reconnect. All right. Okay. So what do we now need to do next when it comes to working with a Python interactive Python notebook? You need to at least know. You need to at least know. You need to also, I mean, by the word know, I mean, you need to actually get the basics of how the basics of what Python is all about, or maybe writing Python. So that's why one of the things that we tried to do was to make sure that we actually took a course under Python. I believe some of us were able to do that. So if you were able to actually do that, it would, I mean, it was going to actually help us a long way, because it's very, very important for us to get that that part very, very well, and get that part very, 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 very right, because we would be using some, we need to understand some concepts. Okay. And speaking of concept, I want to speak to something real quick, but just give me 1 minute. I want to upload an interactive Python notebook here. Please just give me 1 minute. I'm trying to open something here, another interactive Python notebook here, and just show us what and give us another let me call it another education that we cannot actually see on this present screen that we have. So now, how do you get this site open, this welcome to Colab open? It's actually part of the table of content. So this is, so if you select this key here, if you select this key here, you see table of content. But from there, if you select this place, you find you can actually find things here and replace it. All right. And here, if you want to select a particular, there are the right number of GPUs and maybe some other codes you may want to use to filter and call. Now I can just draw this to the side so that we can actually see some of these things. For example, we see that there's a number of accelerating Panda with GPU, and they're actually serving a lot of purposes. So let me see how to close these resources so that we can actually see what, to what extent can that actually hold. So for example, now when I selected accelerating Panda, when you insert a code like this, for example, and you want to count values, it's going to actually use GPU, and in fact, it's going to do it quite good. So all of these things are just in the welcome to Colab. It is present there where you are. So once you open your normal page, for example, once you open your normal Colab page, for example, you should have access to what I'm actually talking about. Okay. Real quick, I wanted to also show us something else, but I'm trying to upload the Colab notebook. So how do you upload a Colab notebook? To upload an interactive Python notebook. So I will often be using words like I will often be using words like IPYNB or the Python notebook, all right? So so that we can actually understand what is going on. All right. So forgive me if you are not able to, if you get carried away in my explanation. All right. So I'm going to share how to upload a notebook, right? So normally when you come to your colab.google.com, there's a place here called file, all right? You can come here straight away and select file, and then you will see the place upload notebook. When you want to save your notebook, you can save it in your drive, to GitHub. You can download it as an interactive Python notebook. You can download it as in a Python form. You can even print out. But now I'm going to switch over to this so that I can actually explain some one or two things to us. All right. I want to explain what you can actually do here before I actually touch what we are going to do today. All right. So what is Colab? We have actually spoken about it, and I mentioned that it's an interactive cloud computing service. It was provided for free by Google. How do you do that? Everyone has a Google account, so you just follow this link. Can we all see the link? All right. So what are the two important features of the Colab notebook? We see that it's quite interactive, so you can actually explore and you can analyze data just one step at a time. So you may not be able to automate it, but I have been able to automate it. Created a number of interactive notebook that I used to make my work very, very easy, and but it's very, very easy, right? So you can actually write small piece of code one time at a place, right? Or one piece at a time. But let us also continue. So what other things is actually given to us? This place that we call connect. Can we still see my screen, everybody? Please, can we still see my screen? Can you hear me? Oh, great. All right. So we understand that some computing power was actually given to us, like we can see in the previous chart, or will I say in the previous? Let me share here, but I'm going to disconnect this very soon. We can actually see that some computing power was given to us. Can you still see my screen? So we have the RAM and the disk. When I place it on it, we observe that okay, we're running on a cloud computing machine or engine. And look at the computing power that was given to us. We were given a RAM. Then we are given a disk space. All right, and that in itself is quite lovely. All right, so let me quickly leave this place and come back again to our notebook, because we all need to we all need to actually get this one clear. All right, so that we have actually taken note of. So what makes this note interactive? It's interactive because there are editable. It is something that you can edit and you can style your own way. So as a lecturer of biology, this is one level in which you should get to. It's also one of the easiest way in which you can also get your lessons done. You're trying to explain biological concepts, you can actually use it. You can actually create a notebook of this nature and give it to your student. Then it is actually editable. So I created this by myself. How do I mean it is editable? Let me select this now. So I'm just going to double click this and you're going to see what I mean. So what is Colab? I'm actually the one that typed it. Can you see that? If I wanted to add anything, hello, I'm just going to press shift and enter. And here you can see the extra word hello that I wrote here after here. So it's actually editable, and shift and enter, and it is something that you can actually do. So how do you create so how do you write code? How do you execute code? I'm just going to explain just a little, because what I'm actually explaining now is actually a tool in its own, and today we're supposed to actually run something. Dr. Adekole, I would need your guidance. Shall I keep on explaining what Colab notebook is, or I should just go to execute what we have today? Dr. Adekole, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you now. You said what?
I said, should I continue explaining? I said, should I continue explaining the way the Colab notebook works, so that I can explain what the code
please, briefly,
is, or I should just go straight away into today's you understand me, analysis, because people need to understand what these tools are. Please, can you raise your hand or maybe write on the WhatsApp
give
chat?
A background to
see our comments.
Myself, I've not been following.
I want to see our comments, okay?
Yes, because
so please, I want you to write.
Acting now.
Okay.
But please,
Okay.
I think give a brief background, at least from what I can see on this, so participants can know why we are here and how this, plays a significant role in the project execution phase, because of course, the goal is that most, if not all, the various pipeline analysis will be running will happen here. Okay. There are, of course, some other environments that are also used in bioinformatics, but this is a critical one that will help a lot of what we want to do. So I think you can go ahead, sir, to give this basic background on how to set up the environment, just as you have been doing. And then quickly we load the data set and all of that. Apparently what you intend to share, to show today, loading the data set and the likes, is part of the work that will be done by one of us or some of us in these project execution phase. So it's not that you are going to give the entire whatever, because they will have to run it at their end. But then, by the time you do some form of work around it, and then we now share those resources that they will need to work with on their own interactive Python notebook, I think it will go a long way. So please give us a bit understanding of the tool like you are doing. But then we have to be very mindful of time. Thank you.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm working with the time very, very closely. So please, I want you to go on the WhatsApp chat and write if you have ever used an interactive Python notebook. Okay, so 2 questions. Have you ever written a Python code before? So go on the WhatsApp chat and write, yes, I've written a Python code before, or no, I've never written a Python code before. That's one. Number 2, the next question is, have you ever used an interactive Python notebook before? And the 3rd question is, have you ever heard about an interactive Python notebook before? Please, so just go on your WhatsApp, on the WhatsApp chat quickly and reply. I want you to read the comments quickly. All right. So Dr. Fatai Adedeji is saying that yes, I have. Dr. Ofodeli is saying I've never written before. No, I've not used it before. Nidu is saying that no, yes, I have a Python notebook. I haven't used a Python notebook before. Miriam is saying I have written a Python code before, but I've not used a interactive Python notebook before. That's good. All right, that's a lovely response. Please, our team members can also write to respond. So quickly, I'm just going to try to run through something now and try to teach us a little things about Python. But I'm trying to make sure that it's something that we can do real quick. So this notebook is built up from what we know as cells. Okay, so we have something known as code cells and text cells. So I'm going to zoom in so that you can see it. Now, I just carried my cursor and I place it here. And here you're going to see code and text. So what I'm going to do again now is that I'm going to try to open a brand new, fresh, clean, and a fresh interactive Python notebook. I'm going to share my screen now. You can see it. I just opened it, and this is what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to write new. I just selected new. Can you see my screen, right? So when I selected the new Python notebook, it's loading, and this is what it looks like, something untitled. You can see it, right? So this is the way a fresh will look like. Now, if you look at what we have on the corner here, we have code and we have text. When we're talking about so we can actually see those two cells. So for the cells, for example, now let me say execution phase. I need to shift and enter. Now, so this text cells, for example, has both in the tells how my text will actually look like. Yes, if I want it to become big, I had a hash cell here and becomes bigger. If I had 2 hash cells here, it becomes smaller. If I make it 3, it becomes smaller. If I had what do we call this now? Asterisk sign at both ends becomes an italics. But if you don't know how to do all of those things I'm just mentioning, you can just copy all and just press these signs. So we have some signs here, toggle edit, we have bold, we have italics. Then in case you want to format something as a code, it's also going to put it like that. So in case I want to format this one as a code, it's just going to look like this. So that's how to format as a code. But now I'm going to go back to where I am, and I'm going to go back to the notebook. And the notebook, here we talked about the cells, and now I believe everybody here knows how to create a cell. So you can create a cell for code, for example. I just selected the plus code, then the plus text will also create that. All right. If you want to delete a cell, for example, you need to come to the edge. You need to come to the end here, and you see the delete cell over here, the delete cell button. I just deleted the text cell. If I wanted to delete this one too, I'll just come to the delete cell. Note I'm deleting cells now, not text. All right. So it is with those cells that I'm able to create different write-ups like this. All right. So if I don't have a cell, for example, if I don't have a cell, I will not be able to do that. All right. So let us pay attention to that. So so this is the way a code cell look like, and how do I run it? For example, I come here, and the first law we used to have is to learn the first Python code we used to learn is the code print world. So in case I'm going to be sharing this one to you on our WhatsApp, right? What you just need to do in the example you are going to have, there will not be any output. Just come around, and one step at a time, just run. Just come here and press the play button. So you just run the cell, and the cell will not run until it is connected. So you can see it is connecting. I did not connect it here initially, so I was supposed to have connected. Now you wrote connected, and it has allocated me a computer, and now you can see the result. Hello world. So to execute a code cell, you need to click on the code button. Another thing you can also do is to do shift and enter, like I did earlier on. So like when I came to this place, I don't want it to show me what I'm typing on this place. I just want it to show me what's already here. So what do? I press shift and enter. All right, and it's already there. So so we can see that there is a cell output here. So this place is known as the cell output. So there are ways in which things actually work here. Not every time that you have, that you see output. You understand me? But there are some times that logically you have to call the output. So let me give an example here. So I want to say, okay, let us say we have somebody whose name is 4, and 4 is to us is a variable, all right? And we want to allocate that variable a value, and we are giving it a value 42. If I run 4 equals to 42, I'm not going to have an output, all right? But if I write print, then I now put 4, then I'm going to have an output, all right? But if I'm not going to write print and 4, I can just decide to just inspect my article. Sorry, I can just decide to inspect my my variable. So what do I do here? I just come here and I select 4. I'm going to output my result. All right, but now if I want to adjust what my variable is, now I'm saying that now give the new 4 a value of the former 4 plus 1. Then I now select, instead of writing print 4, I'm just saying 4 now. We are going to see that now it has added a value to the 4. So so there's also another thing we need to actually know here, and that's the nature of the variable. So we have enough in mathematics, we have different kind of variables, for example, or different kind of values allocated to a variable, or what I say variable type. I'm starting to use a lot of words, for example. So for example, if I ask from you that what is 0.1, how do we describe 0.1? Is it an integer or not an integer? We'll say it's a decimal. All right. So how do we describe true and false? We discovered that that's also another way in which we assign things. All right. If we want to check some other values, I mean, to see the way some other values are, I mean, to understand the type of different values that we have allocated, there are ways in which to do that. So real quick, I just want to do something real quick. So we have so who are the people that we have here on the call, so that I can just use their names as placeholder. We have Rhoda, we have Faustina, we have Miriam, we have Jamil. So let me just do that real quick. All right. So what do I want to do here? I want to say Faustina equals to true. I want to run it. That's that. I want to also take Miriam, and I want to say equals to 0.5. I'm going to run it. Are we seeing what I'm doing now? I'm trying to allocate different variable, different values. All right. Now we want to actually now know the type of these values. For example, now if I want to know the way values of these natures are called, for example, I'll have to ask for the type of this value. I'm going to remove that word. So if you observe, 4 now is equal to 43. Then 4 is seen as an integer. We want to use the same type to get to know the values of other, to know the types of the values that was given to other variables. All right. So we have a variable called Faustina, and we want to know the type of value for Faustina. If you observe, it's called a Boolean. So the name of this value is called a Boolean, Boolean. All right. But we want to also now check. We have Marianne. Sorry, I called it Marianne and not Miriam. Sorry about that, but let me just copy it like that. So we want to also put this here, right? So what many times I used to use different combinations. For example, if I know that something is going to be repetitive, I come around, I copy it, Control C. Instead of me coming around to paste it, instead of me using Control V to paste it, I use Windows key and V to paste it. All right. Then when I use Windows key and V to paste it, I can add, I can cover, I can copy a number of things and do that. But now I want to also paste Marian here, so I know the type. When I pasted Marian here, I know that that in Python, the word I know that the word decimal in Python is called a float. So why am I showing us this? So that we understand that that some of these value types are called different names. But let's look at this text. All right. Let's look at this text cells and how it works, because this is a text cell example, and we want to understand how to actually work with it. So let me do Shift and Enter so that we can actually see it. So if you want to add a cell to your notebook, I mentioned that you come here to your text and you select plus text. And now, please, that you can also see it is at the under here. You will always see the plus text. All right. So you just need to double click it on it and you have a new cell. So let me double click it and you can see that I have a new cell. So that's the way the cell is going to look like. So if you observe, it says double click to enter or to edit. So let me just leave that one like that. So in case I want to edit, I just double click it. But let me leave that. So how do we format our cells? There are a number of ways here. We can actually go and read about it, but it's very, very lovely. So in case you want to create a link, there's a number. I can actually send us, I'm going to send us this. But I think I'm trying to help us to get some things clear, right? You can also create a list with your text. How do you create a list with your text? So we can actually order. So when you want to create a list, we use only one asterisk character. All right. So when we want to order a list, we just write it like this and we come down. No, like your normal like the normal this thing that we have. All right. Like what you do on your normal document. Okay, when you want to create a section heading. So this is just a normal this thing for you to, it's as if you're writing a notebook or let's say a textbook. You can add images. All right, you can add images from sources. So if you want to actually include a image, we have an example here. This example is actually found on Wikipedia Commons, and this is it. So we brought it out. So what do we actually do? Do here. We came here. We said adding images. After that, I said I'm trying to explain here that you can actually add an image in a notebook. Then we now allocated the website of the image. So before you know, the image will actually will appear down again. So you can actually repeat it twice. But the first time it was actually covered like this, but the next time it's going to just appear as an image automatically. But the link to that image must actually exist. All right. So that's that about that. You can actually move cells up and down. We have arrows. Listen, we have arrows. So let's say I created another code here now, and I was going to call the code type daddy. Let's see. Do we have any word daddy here? Internally, we have an error because daddy is not defined. So if I want to move this one down, I come here, move cell, and I'm coming back. All right. You understand me? So you can move both text and the code cells up and down. So what are the coding basics we have? Simple and things that we used to know. For example, like our normal mathematics, right? You allocate a value to X, you allocate a value to Y, you understand me? You're asking it to find. Python will do this thing quickly. So Python can actually do mathematics. Python can also do what we know as a loop. All right. So what is a loop? A loop is something that actually that actually goes in a circle. So for example, now I want to know the numbers that is between 0 and 5. Oh, okay, that is between 0 and 5. So for every integer in the range of 5, it should give us something in the range of 5. Python actually used to start from 0. So it's going to actually give you integers in the range of 5. It's not going to include 5 as part of it. So that is one of those things too. All right. So it can also do a loop function, and here we can see that it shows us the whole integer. 0 is actually also included in what we have. All right. So for example, I want to greet. I want to program something on my screen. For example, on our normal telephone, when you open your bank application, and many of those other applications, sometimes it's your chat GPT. It tells you good evening, then it mentions your name, good night, or your phone, and it mentions your name. And this is the function we use to do it. So what do? So we can actually organize our thoughts. Then we can create a function. We need to define a function. Then the function is automatic, and you can actually now print it out. For example, so let us say my intention is to greet somebody, greet a name. All right. Then I want to actually print the name out. Assuming the person I want to greet is Dr. Fatai. What's your surname, sir? Dr. Fatai's surname is so give me 1 minute.
Adedeji. Adedeji.
Okay, Adedeji. All right. Adedeji Fatai, PhD. All right. So what this function will do is that it's going to take the name inside and it's going to try to run it. All right. So what do I have here? Why am I having an issue? Because I did not run this particular code. If I run this code, it's going to take it up. How will you know that you have run a code? You will see a green green tick here that shows that you have actually run it. So now it's telling me that I have not yet defined the word greet because I have not run the code. Now, when I run the code, you see that it says that hello, Adedeji code, Adedeji Fatai, PhD. Have you seen that? So I want to say hello, Rhoda, for example. Let me do that quickly. So I'll just say greet Rhoda. Hello, Rhoda. And you see that is saying hello, Rhoda. Instead of this hello, if I want to write Odogu, for example, that this is the way it's going to Odogu. That this is the way it's supposed to greet people. Instead of saying hello, and I come here and I define it. When I run this one now, it's going to say Odogu Adedeji Fatai. It's not going to say hello. So when I run this one, for example, now, and I want it to just say sorry, I'm in Nigeria. Omalicha, for example, now, and I want to greet Rhoda. and I now press this grid now, it's going to say Omalicha Roda. So what am I trying to say here? That you can actually define and you can call your function. So another thing that is very, very important for us to use, to know whenever we're using our Colab, is that a number of Colab packages has been created, because we are going to see me do this next thing in the main program. Sorry, in the main program. When we circle back to it, even if we cannot do it today, I'm going to give us this thing so that we go back and go and understand how this thing runs. All right, everybody, because I observed that 90% of us have not actually created something, but we are going to actually work with this. All right. So what else do we have here? So you can actually import and you can install Python packages. Then there are actually some building function into the Python theory that we have here. But some of these other Python packages that we will be using, they may be third-party Python packages, and we need them. And because we need them, we have to actually install it. All right. We will get to a point. Let me see if I have that one running. You get to a point. Okay, let me show us an example here. All right. Please, can you see my screen? So you get to a point after you have installed. So it will tell you that, okay, this one has been satisfied, this one has been satisfied, this one is inside. If it's not inside, it's going to download. Are we seeing this? If not inside, it will download. Then after it has actually downloaded everything you needed, as if that is not enough, I'm scrolling down. Are we seeing this? It's downloading. After, it will now ask you to restart your session. So that what? Please, can we see this? Can anybody read this? You must what? Is somebody with me?
Yeah, you must restart the runtime in order to use newly installed versions.
Exactly. So in cases like that, you have to just select this button. And once you select the button, you see something like this, restart runtime, right? So once you do that, then you'll be able to use what you have actually installed just now. All right. So let me come back to where we are so that we can actually understand how it works. So how do you run some of these things? You come here and you just press import. When you, like I mentioned, not every cell that you run will print out. We give you a report that yes, I already printed out. Or do you understand me? You just need to understand that if it gives you a green tick, it means it ran. But okay, let me write ns for example now. If I press import as ns, or let me say NumPy h that does not exist, it's just going to come here and say no module like this name. Then you will see over here a sign that shows that it does not actually exist. All right. Then you also see error message, module error message. Then it's going to try to help you to understand it. Sometimes you just need to just copy the error and just paste it on maybe GPT and core, right? So let me just run this one. And we are running it as MP. So now that we have actually imported the NumPy, we can now call functions. So let us generate some random numbers, okay? So we want to generate some random number with this function. There's this function that helps us to generate random numbers. The next time I run it is going to give us something different. The last time that I run it, it gave me these values. All right. So what am I saying? I'm saying that, okay, give me random numbers, integers. Okay. Give me random integers. Just know that the lower band should be 0, the highest should be 100, then the total number of integers I want you to give me should be up to 10. So let me make it now 12. Sorry, 12. All right. Now, when I run this thing that is able to generate random numbers, this function that is able to generate random numbers, let us see what it's going to give me. So now, if you observe, I said import NumPy as MP. I just put here MP, just a program that actually helps us. That actually helps us to run this kind of function. All right. So that's that about that. If you observe, we have 13, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, and 12. So that it gives us 12 random integers. All right. So of course, this package you cannot actually access this package until you have some particular access. So we are going to be bypassing this installation because we don't have access to this malaria gene package. But in the nearest future, we will be creating a package for us for our particular work here. All right. And once the package is ready, we can actually just run it. But one thing that we will be doing is that we will be running some other things. All right. So I think I'm just going to stop there because we need to actually look at what we have. All right. So how do we create plot, for example? We know that our interactive Python notebook can actually create plot. And so we can actually create plot within the interactive Python notebook. There are several packages that is available to create plot. We have the Matplotlib, we have the Plotly Express, we have the Bokeh. But let's illustrate some plot with these packages. So this is another function. This function is called the NumPy random binomial. It's different from the first random integers that we actually made. And this function is actually very, very lovely. But now I want us to create, let's say, random binomials that has, that's up to, that has that is meant to come up as an array. Now, when I select it, I'm going to have a different array from what we have before, and this is what it gives us. All right. So I want to now import a tool that is able to help me to plot. So and one of those tools here that I will be using is a Matplotlib. All right. So how do we import? We come here, you import matplotlib.pyplot, and you import it as PLT. All right. So we want it to just run inside this place. So note that I've just created a. Note that I've just created a array with this function. So give me 1 minute. Please give me 1 minute, please. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So I was trying to explain. So I was trying to explain this does. I mean, this function does. Okay. So the function mp.random.binomial function is somewhat a function that helps us to create a binomial distribution. And I'm trying to explain to us what the n and the p's are, right? So the n here was allocated as 30, and whenever we want, we are interested in a binomial distribution, we need to allocate the number of individuals affected. Sorry, the number of individuals or the sample size. All right. So that is one of the first condition that is, I mean, that we have to first of all meet. All right. Then another requirement we need to meet aside from the sample size is the probability. All right, the chance of success. So the chance of success we actually give here is also, I mean, that we actually allocated here is 0.5. As I said that we want a size, we want a model set of 10,000 that it should do 10,000 simulations. So breaking that code down, we observe that we have a function called the MP random binomial. Let me zoom in again so that we can actually look at it. I decided to re-explain this again so that we understand what was, I mean, the value that was allocated to X here. And because we don't actually interrupt, I mean, engage with the binomial function, I need to explain this concept and deconstruct and break down the code. So the function we have there is called, I mean, is the mp.random.binomial. So it comes from the NumPy library. It's a popular tool for numerical operation in Python. Then it is designed to help us generate random numbers that is based on binomial distribution. So the part that we have here that serves as the flag, we have n equals to 30. That is the number of the trials in a single experiment. So let us say the experiment is like somebody flipping a coin 30 times. All right. So P represents the success rate or the probability. So the probability of success for each trial, we said that, okay, for a fair coin, probability of getting a head, for example, is 0.5 or 50%. Then looking at the size, we said that, okay, so the number of times we want to repeat the experiment, for example, let us run a 30 flip experiment 10,000 times. So how many? So I mean, what are the kind of results we are going to have? So I will run it again, and this is what we have. So what do I do now? I run a code that is able to plot a binomial distribution. All right. So, but now I want to create a binomial histogram based on this. We're going to have something different from here because no, I think it's going to be the same. So what do? We just come around and we run the plot. All right, and this is what we have. Yeah. So in case we want to run it with another tool called the PyPlot Express, I'm just going to run that one now, and we're going to see how it turns out. So what do I do for the PyPlot Express? I need to import that plotting tool here, and once I've actually imported it, and I'm now going to run the distribution. I actually allocated some width and the height. These things you can actually generate this code to on on via GPT in case you don't know. But the most important thing is that you know the name. So now I'm going to just run the fixture here so that because I want to see the result. And this is what I have. So how do I save this picture, for example? You can open the image in a tab. Can you see this? You can save the image as, and you can copy the image. Do you follow me to this point? Okay. So the same thing applies to what we have here. We give it a title, and title is called the binomial distribution, and this is what it looks like. So this one even looks even a little shorter than this, but don't forget that we also give it a label. We give this one a label. Then we have a label on the x-axis, on the y-axis, and co. And that is the same thing that we have here. Let us see if we can actually even use another tool for also, for this. And the tool here is called a Bokeh. So I'm going to import the Bokeh tool for plotting. This is another tool that we can use for plotting. Note, we will use other tools for plotting except from this one, but just so that you can get used to it. But now I want to plot that same binomial distribution. So depending on what you want, really, depending on what you want, we can actually see different distance. So I'm going to try to run this again. Make sure that, all right. So for the Bokeh histogram, we see that it looks a little different from what we have here, but it looks a little, interesting. Is in fact, you can even interact with it. So in case you want to really learn more about binomial distribution, or you want to know more about some of those codes, for example, there was one of those NumPy we used here at the beginning, and this NumPy. So this is the this thing. We want to run that. Sorry, 1 minute, please. You want to know more about some of this function. So for example, we ran the function, NumPy. You want to know more about this function, you can just run it, but don't forget to add a question mark, and something will pop up on your right hand side here as that is going to show you more about the subject matter, for example. So for example, this one is telling us that, okay, so what is this all about? What is those particular details? Don't forget that we also tried to, we also run, we set this code in motion too. I just removed the two brackets, and I'm going to put a function, sorry, question mark there, and also run it to see. So if you observe, it's trying to help us understand what the function is all about. So in case you don't know what the function is, you can always add a question mark, and you'll be surprised to see how many things can do. You can share notes via Google Drive. There are some practical examples, practice examples for us here to do. And I think that's going to be all concerning introducing us to this, all right? So these examples, I believe that it is something that you can actually do. Don't forget, I'm going to send you this, all right? I'm going to send you this practice exercise so that you can actually work with it. But let me just copy it and just also paste it. So before I continue to the other part, I want to ask, what questions do we have? Please let us start talking. So what question do we have? So do you have any questions at this point, Miriam, Rhoda? Jamil, Dr. Nancy, Dr. Fatai, do you have any questions at this point?
I don't have any questions. Thank you for your presentation.
All right, Dr. Nancy, Mr. Jamil, Miriam, Rhoda.
Okay, thank you very much.
No questions.
Okay. Following, perhaps maybe you had them, but I missed it when I followed everything. But where you got to the collab, I don't know if you can go back from that beginning where you get to the collab. I followed everything, the functions and everything. That is how to Google Colab. That's it.
Okay. So the way to get to it is the homework. Okay. The way to get to it is the homework, the practice exercise. All right. If you observe in the practice exercise, the first thing I said there is number one. I mean, if you can actually see the screen, or I think I'm going to just copy it and paste it. Number one here says go to this website. So that is how we got to Google Colab. Most important thing is that you have a Google website. I mean, email. So if you have a Google email, you actually have Colab. And also try to create a space. I mean, to create space in your drive, in your Google Drive. All right. Okay. I'm not sure if I answered your question, Dr. Nancy. Did I answer your question?
Okay. All right. I think from this. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Did I answer your question? So that we can actually see it. All right. So I'm going to just show us a few more steps. I believe in the next lesson, so that we can actually release people. We can actually explore more. All right. So today we are supposed to come here and work on this. All right. So I'm just going to close this now. I believe everyone can see my screen. Please, can we all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I just have 2 more minutes. All right. I just want to just explain 2 things here. Then we're going to continue from here the next time after we have all done our homework. Are you ready? So you can always change the name of your interactive Python notebook. So this one, I call it Host Parasite Coevolution Notebook. All right. So what do I do here? I created a topic, I also added an objective. Then if you observe, I started listing some things. The methodology, I put it as 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So it's something that you can do. You can always double click it and try to want to do it yourself. All right. So I'm going to press Shift and Enter to make it like this. So the objective here is to check a correlation between human variant associated with malaria susceptibility and this parasite. So we want to check geographical regions and co. We have this background. We have a geographical correlation across African population, and our methodology is to what? We want to explore, extract allele frequency from the 1000 genome project for human and parasite from malaria gene. We want to also do the following thing. Where I'm going to stop today is how to. I just want to just run the first 2. So we need to set up dependencies, all right? And we need to actually import import some, set up this environment so that we can actually start using packages that is related to biology. So in the last place, I did not mention some particular things here, but I think I need to start clarifying it. So we have a command known as pip install. So pip install is actually one of those commands that we use to install things into so we use pip install as a command to install things on the Python interactive Python platform, right? And it actually helps us to unpack some specific functions. All right. So what did we just tell it? So we just told it that help us to install something in Python that looks like CYVCF2. So what is that? So we are asking a Python package installer to help us to install different libraries. So we have a number of libraries here. Sorry, give me 1 minute. So what libraries are we seeing here on the screen? And where are the 6 libraries? So I'm just going to come here real quick so we can see the first library here. So we can see the first library. You can see the second one library. You can see if you count it well, you see that we have 6. Okay. Okay. So the homework for today is for us to understand. I want us to understand what these packages are. So that's the question now. The question is what does all of this word means, and what does this package do? Okay. So this package, I'm going to copy it now and paste it on the WhatsApp, and that's going to be our second homework. And today we're going to round up, on this note. So homework 2. Homework 2. So what is this? Okay. What does this do? So please let us pay attention to this, and I think we're going to continue from this next week. So I believe with this session today, we have been introduced into what the interactive Python notebook is, what it does, and we would look at some of this setup, run it next time, see what next, and we can start making sense of what we have. So I think at this point I'm going to say, do we have any questions at this point? Please, do we have any questions at this point? Anybody? Do you have any questions at this point? Please, can you hear me? Do you have any questions at this point?
Me, I don't have any problem.
Okay, so we don't have any questions.
I don't have any question. I don't have any question.
Okay. Miriam, any questions? All right. So before I
No, I don't.
okay, so before I round up, I want to ask, what new did you learn? What new thing did you learn for yourself today? Dr. Fatai, Miriam, Rhoda, what new thing do you think that you picked up for yourself today? Miriam, Dr. Fatai, what new thing did you pick up for yourself today? Dr. Nancy, anybody?
Well, for me, though I'm familiar with Python notebook, at least I have Anaconda on my system, and I've been using it for some time. So all that has been discussed, I think I'm following, and I will just try to brush up so that the Google Colab, I'll be able to make a better use of it. I think I like it too. So I
All
hope we
right.
can. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to share this into the WhatsApp chat so that you can look at it. But please, we all have an homework. We all have an homework. I'm going to also share a link to the recorded section today. Miriam, Dr. Nancy, any comment, Rhoda? Because we will be rounding up.
Hello.
All right.
Hello. All right.
Yes, we can hear you.
Well. What I have learned today is just working in the Python environment. Though it's not so new to me. It's just that I have not actually, put to practice. So it's working in the environment today is new to me. It's quite interesting. In fact, I told you, learning Python is very simple. One of my students can actually learn it in a short possible time. So I learned a lot today. I learned a lot today. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. Miriam, Rhoda. All right. So real quick, to round up what we have today, one thing I would love to tell you is that always save your profile. Sorry, save. If you observe, there's something showing here now, down here, saving, Control S. All right. So that is one. The next thing that you want to do is also to save it locally. So you can save it into your drive. You can save it. You can save it into your drive. You can save it anywhere. For myself, I like to just download it as the best way to save. So just come here to File, and I'm going to press the word download, and that's download IPYMB. I like the IPYMB version and not the Python version because I don't like to always want to convert it. All right. So I think that's going to be all for today. I will send us today's lesson and see you soon. All right. So thank you very much, everybody. Since we don't have a question, please get ready for an intensive work next week. God bless and have a great evening, everybody. Bye.
Thank you very much.